I came from Mombasa. It was around evening session, evening time. So I asked for a way, and somebody telling me I had a very big luggage, a suitcase. Later on, just in a twinkle of an eye, there was some very sharp bent.
Okay.
And that's how my suitcase went.
Right now, for girls, you have to be in a certain outfit. Plus, when you go to these big high-end clubs, there were babas there. You know, they're not boys. You've left the boys at home. You know, you might get rent that day, what I've seen. When you have a certain goal, trust me, for you to get to literally achieve that goal, you will try your best. You know, you'd rather hop from one table to another. You'd rather go dancing around so that these babas can see you, you know.
Hello everyone, my name is James Odhiambo from Mombasa and I am a data journalist.
Hello everyone, my name is Caroline Wamboi Kamau from Nairobi. I'm a high fashion commercial model under INR agency and I'm a business lady.
You know, Coast, especially Mombasa, is known to be a place of idleness, and that is the stereotype that many people have in mind, that Coastarians are so much idle, and in terms of them doing their chores. So I came with that perspective at home, that I'm going to a place that things are not moving as fast as Nairobi.
They're just chilled.
Yeah, just chill. That chilling.
No pressure.
No pressure. Like you can go to a shop at 8 a.m. and the shops are still not opened.
What? Okay.
So
wow.
So you will find that you have to adapt to this, and now you have to change because your goals. You have to meet your personal goals.
You also like change your schedules.
Yeah, you have to change your schedules. And you have to meet your personal goals. Like, let's say, for example, you are supposed to go to work at 8. And that 8, when you wake up, you will find that the shops are not opened at 6 to go and get milk, a packet of milk and sugar to make your breakfast. So you have to make it in the evening, so that in the morning there is no inconvenience.
I would say Nairobi is very different. Because for me, being a model, if I'm supposed to do my hair, and I'm supposed to be very early, because literally if I go at 10, there's a pack of people there already. So you have to be very early. You know, you have to keep time. No one is waiting for you around in Nairobi. You have to be chap on your toes. You know, even the restaurants. You
so
have
what
to
about
be
what about there's this notion that Nairobians like. So Nairobi has been known to be Nairobari. So what is that like? Because you tell somebody from Mombasa, like me who has lived in Mombasa, and you tell me Nairobari. So I will have that notion. Theft, pickpocketing is rampant. So what's that like?
Okay, I would say this. When you're mostly from other parts of the country, and then you come to Nairobi and you're not that familiar with Nairobi, let me just say kitakuramba, but not to everyone, but you have to be careful. There is issues of theft. That's true. If you put your phone, if you're not careful how you place your things, your phone, your stuff, like your personal stuff, they will steal it. Not once or twice have you had visitors from, you know, other places, and then they come, they're like, well, Nairobi, if you're not careful with your stuff, they will. Yes, it's true.
I came from Mombasa. It was around evening session, evening time, and like I wanted to go to Ngong Town because part of our family lives in Ngong Town.
Okay.
So I asked for a way, and somebody telling me I had a very big luggage, a suitcase. So, you know, with also that accent that I'm used to
they
in
just
Mombasa.
Know you're not
they
from
just
around.
Know you're not from around, you're from Mombasa, definitely. And then that stereotype, Mombasa people, they always want you to carry for them everything, do for them everything. So it was like carrying my luggage, and later on, just in a twinkle of an eye, there was a very sharp bend.
Okay.
And a very dark place. So I was like, where is it? Where am I? And that's how my suitcase went.
Oh,
and then since then I was like, I have never seen such kind of this thing in Mombasa. Why would someone take my suitcase?
I think they just know
watch?
You're not from around, because I also have the same fears. If I don't think I can survive alone in Mombasa.
Okay, I can say partly yes and partly no.
Okay.
Because like Nairobi, Mombasa is a cosmopolitan region, the coast. And when it comes to love, they tend to make it more personal into themselves.
They just
like,
fall.
Yeah, they deep inside, like you are diving. Then you are diving.
Mombasa babes.
So and then the men also themselves. I don't know whether there were some videos that were trending. That about Mombasa men. That when they are in relationship and maybe the lady refuses to cook, so the husband calls the in-law, the mother-in-law.
Wow.
Hello.
To report.
Yeah, he reports like.
Wow. Like, if you do that in Nairobi.
So that is happening. That happens. So that when that happens, the family from the father side, from the husband side and the mother side, they come together and then they put these couples together who are dating, and then they be guided on how to treat a woman, how to treat a man, and what should be done.
Well, as for Nairobi,
yes,
I feel like it's the discipline that you've grown up with. Plus, there's this thing with a lot of Nairobi babes don't sugarcoat. And they do not sugarcoat. If you do have a lady who is in her feminine and she knows what she wants and she's a go-getter, plus most of Nairobi ladies, I think they want a man who is a provider, because we are sick and tired of the boys, provide emotionally, provide spiritually, provide, in terms of finances. And because how many cases have you had that young ladies they're just being left? She's pregnant, you just leave her, dump her, go to another lady, like it's nothing. I'm also fearing the whole dating scenario of right now. It's kind of tricky. So for me, for a lady to literally give you that whole love that you want, you should be there as a man. You have to have that masculinity. Plus the social media is there, the media is there. We are literally seeing different videos from TikTok. This is how you should behave. This is how you, if a man is not able to put you in your feminine, and what are we doing?
Definitely you feel like this is not the right form.
Exactly. So when you talk about character development, if you do not provide these certain things, that I will be dramatic, I will not be in my feminine energy, I will be all, so I feel for the Nairobi ladies, we have woken up.
On Fridays, Muslims don't take the hard drinks, but most of them, you'll find, you will be shocked, like almost all people, almost 90%. You ask yourself, you meet the first 10 people you meet, they must be smoking.
Yes.
So you ask yourself,
why
is smoking legal, or is smoking a habit and a culture in these people?
Yes.
But I can say that is just to them, to personal level, because you can decide to smoke, you can decide not to smoke. But when it comes to party time, with them, they just go and have their biryanis. And to make them feel like it was a party time, or maybe sherehe imebamba, they always like do weddings on Fridays. From Fridays to Sundays. Yes, weddings. So those weddings, they bring people together. Swahilis, they love tarabs. Yes, so maybe like they sing tarab, they dance tarab in those social halls, and their weddings are very simple. It is not the flashy ones like I've seen in Nairobi. Yes. With them, so long as they have that social hall, they have booked that social hall, the bride and the bridegroom comes. And then the food is already prepared. the letters were, their recipes were already, the invitees had already assembled, the food is served in plenty, of course biryani. Yes, and then you'll be given a packed one to take home. As you enjoy the dance, as you enjoy the music.
That's what you would term as sherehe.
So that is to them the sherehe. But for the non-Muslims,
those are Muslims.
Yeah, because there are also non-Muslims like the Hindus. The Hindus with them, they rarely go for sherehe. But they have got these, they are the Diwali days. So this Diwali days is one of the best days that you should find in Mombasa. Because you visit a temple, Hindu temple, you'll be guided, you see how they've painted their walls.
Even if you're not.
They visit, you visit. So long as you had requested a visitation, they can't deny that. You see how they pray. And after that, it is always, there's nothing good when after prayer and after everything, after watching everything, you enjoy their dish, the Hindu dishes. Maybe how is Nairobi one?
I would say, for Nairobi, that friend who did not, like you've stayed for like a whole week, not talking, that's the friend who's gonna ask you, where are you partying today? It's on Friday, you know. Then now you get your friends, you know, if you're getting a car. So you get a lot of youths, they would rather hire cars, so that when they're going to this, you know, big poshy places, they do have this, there's a way you feel, okay? So you get a lot of girls being lured into, you'd literally just leave what you're doing for that specific weekend, you know. And a lot of people, there's you party, you know, there's before you get to a certain club, there's a place you go first. You take the shots so that you can
you energize yourself.
You energize yourself.
You hype yourself. Ready for the session.
Yeah, honestly, drugs are just readily available. They're just one call away, you know.
So somebody like maybe would want to go to a place. Maybe I reside in Karen, and somebody would want to go and party with friends in maybe let's say in Lavington. So that person would prefer to take something that even when he parks outside of, is that the notion or what is it?
Honestly, it's slowly becoming a culture. It's a thing. It's not even a biggie. You know, it's a thing that's happening in Nairobi. You know, like from Thursday. Actually, nowadays it's from Wednesday. From Wednesday to Sunday, people just know, sherehe vibaya sana. You get your friends. You know, you are club hopping from one club to another. Yeah, for mostly right now for girls, you have to be in a certain outfit. That's the day instead of, you know, that money you've saved aside, that's the money you're going to take. You have to be in this wig, you have done your nails, because you know there's competition. Plus when you go to these big high-end clubs, there were babas there, you know, they're not boys. You've left the boys at home. There were babas there. You know, you might get rent that day. You know, just a lot of guys are just do what you have to do to be in that class. How does it feel like? Maybe how does it feel like you go to partying and maybe your ambitions are not met, or maybe your goals are not met? How does it feel like to somebody in Nairobi? Maybe like you have said they were barbers. Maybe you have gone to this high-end club and truly I go back and I say today was not my day to crack the bone. I would say this, for the friends that, you know, I've been around and what I've seen, when you have a certain goal, trust me, for you to get to literally achieve that goal, you will try your best. You know, you'd rather hop from one table to another. You'd rather go dancing around so that these babas can see you, you know. So if you do not meet that, of course you'll be very devastated. You will feel like, your friends, why are my friends getting this and I haven't gotten this, you know? So it also affects your self-esteem as a young lady, you know.
So like they twerk, ABCD.
Oh, everything. You will twerk. You will. But it also depends on the type of person you want to attract. Oh, yeah. If you want to attract someone who is like high end, and you have to be chilled. You have to be like, you read the room first. But if you're going for someone who is you just want him to give you 20K for rent, you will twerk for them. You'll give them a lap dance. You will literally become a servant, which it's very somehow disgusting. I would honestly say the last time I was in Coast, of course I'm a fine chick. I attracted a couple of people, but funny thing, when we were at the beach, even small boys, like the kids, they're talking to you in a vulgar language, a very sexual language, which made me very scared. Like, how could someone who is like literally 10, 12 years old want to, he's literally saying, I would want to sleep with you, which was it was very scary, you know? And a lot of people, they give you this attention. It's like they just want to, you know, they're looking at you like a prey.
Oh yeah.
You know, why is it's very unattractive, you know? And I literally said I would not want to be in a public beach again, because after we just finished changing, there's this guys who they were looking a lot, walikuwa na Swahili kabisa, you know, and they're already telling a couple of us, let's go, I'll give you this amount of money. I'm like, I'm just in a swimming costume. What is it, the mindset to the men? What's happening? They literally just see you for, you know,
for sex.
Yes. Why is that? It's very unattractive. It's like it has been passed down to the kids. Experiencing that made me feel like a lot of men from Coast, they're like that. So I don't know if on a personal level I would even want to. So coming to us talking about love life, what do you feel a lady in Nairobi would, like, you would say, I'm scared to date a chick in Nairobi? What is that would make you feel that way?
Okay, me as an example, because
you said you fear character development.
Sure. And to me, one thing that really brings into my mind, and maybe I guess to many men from Mombasa, dating Nairobi ladies, is because that feel of feminism, like they're tough, like they feel like they're tough. I feel like a lady like you, maybe I find you and say, no, what do you have? How can you do this? What will you bring? Okay. So like maybe somebody out of nowhere, you can ask me like, what are you bringing to the table?
Okay.
And I will tell you I'm the table.
Okay.
You get that? So somebody tells you that I am the table, and you yourself like, what are you saying?
Yes.
What are you saying? And for me, somebody in Coast says, this is normal, because we are just here for love and to pass this love baton to ourselves.
Yes.
And then to make it feel like the vibe is vibing. But on the other side, and once we agree, we can now from there set ourselves, our goals. We can interchange our goals, personal goals, and personal experiences on how to do it. For example, my girlfriend, let me say, the Swahili girlfriend, let me just say that. Before we could come into terms, you know, she was not even asking me like, what do you have, or what can you bring, or what is it that you can provide for me that I cannot provide. You see that she was just like, okay, well, let us have this goal
and see where it goes. Okay.
And then from there
we will pick it up.
Apart from that, let us have these personal goals that in the next 1 month or 2 months, at least we can get away. We can get financial freedom by maybe setting up a business, or maybe asking for donors, or maybe asking for something. And that's the reason as to why, when it comes to that, Coastarians knows how to do it. Yes, they will always give you advice for free. Unlike Nairobi, as I have seen, somebody got something good, he cannot or she cannot tell a neighbor. until you prove otherwise, you will stick to it.
Okay. I'd say that whole sexual thing that I went through there, you know, it really made me feel scared. And I structured a lot of men are like that in their mind, you know. It's not like Nairobi, it's much different, but it's very rare in the streets. You just get someone telling you ntaku, you know. But in Nairobi, even the kids in Coast, even the kids did that. So that's one of my biggest fear, you know, being a lady, you want to be safe, you want to feel very safe and in a very safe environment, you know. Plus, in Nairobi, a lot of ladies love dressing how they feel comfortable, you know, as much as there's that aspect of the beach. And if I'm in a costume and I'm getting that, you know, and I'm at the beach and I'm supposed to dress like that in a beach, what about when I'm in a short outfit? How will they handle me, you know? Yes. Plus, I feel like it's also very expensive in Mombasa, living in Mombasa. Yes. It's true. Honestly, it's true. Because when we were there for a whole week, and I could now in my mind, I could, you know, differentiate. Or in Nairobi, you would get this food at this price. And actually, Coast it's a bit more expensive.
One of my fears when it comes to Nairobi is the issue of conmanship.
The
conmanship. I feel like it's so much like I have that fear that even if I ask this person, he will not tell me really the right thing. So like I feel like let me just try to use my Google map if I'm going somewhere, or maybe let me just try to ask somebody I know is if not a police officer, is a traffic control police officer, or if it's not a watchman, or maybe somebody who is attending, who can help me, or somebody who is operating a shop nearby. Because Nairobi, I've seen they have so many shops all over. You can walk in 5 seconds.
There's another shop.
So if you lose the way, you can ask. But the worst fear is that conmanship. And then there's this one. Everyone is on toes. Like, what are you rushing for?
Yes, every time there are people, they're walking there from different directions.
You know, Mombasa, we like dilly-dallying. Like, you walk on the road and you can even chat with somebody and you are on your way home until you lie.
I think the environment it's conducive, and very free and comfortable. Plus, a lot of coastal people are very brave. They are very, very brave. Now they're very brave.
Yeah, that is, I can attest to that. They're very brave. But when it comes to when we come to Nairobi, now our brevity now declines a little bit because you are in a different setup, and maybe you don't want to, you have to go to a different estate. Maybe you are from CBD, you have to go to a section where if you are going to Zimmerman, you have to go to matatus that are where you can board the matatus to Zimmerman, same to Karen, same to whichever estates in Nairobi. But for Mombasa, you will not be surprised to see people residential buildings in town, in CBD. The Hindus are living in the CBD. The Arabs, the Christians, and the Muslims are living in CBDs, and all is okay. So I think that's my worst fear is the people moving on toes. Like, what are you chasing? Like, just relax, calm, it will come.
There's something you talked about, business, and the fact that most of the businesses have, emerged and grown from.
True.
So I want to talk about artists. Why do you feel, or what could be the reason why a lot of artists, when they start from coast, pale mdogo mdogo, he's trying, and then sasa, let me just say inashika, you know. Now
Yeah.
he's ready, he's
wife
got the
goes
moolah.
goes
He's
higher
like
level.
from now a 1
Yeah.
to a 7.
7.
They want to come to Nairobi.
Okay.
Why do you feel so? Is it the opportunities? I feel like it's the opportunities from coast. They're not like in Nairobi.
Okay.
Plus the way you've said, people in a rush.
Yeah. I can say that maybe one of the reasons is the market.
Okay,
the job market,
yes,
the market,
yes.
market prospects.
Yeah.
And you know, most artists, most of them, they go do showcase their talents and their prowess in clubs, most of them, and maybe in different parties, maybe birthday parties or ORGs, having different conferences such as and etc. But for Mombasa, it's just for a startup because of that friendliness and that love that I would want to try to help support you. So they would always come to Nairobi so that they can get other prospects, market
like
prospects.
Someone to hold their hand in a much better way.
They come to Nairobi because Nairobi have got so many clubs, like
exactly, yes, and the
like
crowd will appreciate the music more.
Yeah, and maybe if somebody comes to the club,
yes,
and maybe you say that Sosomila is coming and the entrance is 200.
Yes,
definitely. The people will flock there, especially when Sosomila has released a new song. So that is the major reason. Again, another reason is because Nairobi tends to be promising.
Yes,
in terms of diversity.
Yes, thank you.
Because
yes,
because I can equate it to and even other businesses or other professions or other careers. I started from Mombasa because from Mombasa I can have that friendliness, that accommodation, and etc. But once I gather some more funds that can make me move to Nairobi, I can now start doing prospects and do.
Plus the crowd is appreciating much more.
So later on, if you find this person has now busted to a national artist,
that's very true,
and now is known. So that is one of the best reasons I can give. Yes. Yeah,
I feel like Nairobi people really support someone.
True.
They do support. They do support.
True.
Growing up in Nairobi, honestly, I feel like I would, for my other, girls and my age mates and my colleagues, I feel like I would advise someone, just be yourself. And honestly, let God guide you. I know this thing, a lot of people do not want to hear it. But honestly, let God guide you, lead you. If you do have this path, talk to him, tell him, please lead me. Then put effort in it. Drive yourself. There's so many platforms right now. Social media is a very big platform. Jitume, it will akiba yozi. Itajipa, and be very cautious. A lot of things are promising, but they don't even get fulfilled, and do not just flow with people. Don't flow with people. Whatever someone says, you're just being carried by the wind. At least have standards. Jisimamie we mwenyewe. Remember what your parents and the core values that you grew up with. We should not forget, and a lot of people forget that. And then after a while, you're regretting. You're like, Aki, what did I do? I wasted my 20s. I wasted my time. And you cannot, you cannot take that back. If it's gone, it's gone. Unless, say, you start finding yourself when you're in your 40s, late 40s, which is very sad.
Okay, I get it. But to me, the one thing I could tell people or advise people, especially no matter whether you are from Nairobi or Mombasa, because all of us need somebody to give us advice to make us move.
Yes.
I could always say that one of the most important things is, as you have said, is prayers.
Yes.
A prayer day keeps the devil away. And when you are the devil's sergeant, you are the workshop of the devil. So he will always manipulate you and do everything that you feel like you are rejected in the society. Life is not moving forward for you. So you tend to have a lot of stress, and you tend to have mental problems.
Exactly. Like right now, it's very
it's
very
rising.
It's
Actually, mental problems right now is coming to be a very big challenge in the country. And then I would always tell people that appreciate yourself.
Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. I have totally enjoyed the session, Thank you so much for sharing, and I feel like most of the differences nimezijua. Thank you so much. It was lovely. At least now I know next time when I'm visiting Coast, there's some people who are not, as my mind has. Exactly.
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much also for sharing the Nairobi life.
Yes.
And being also that I'm also a victim now, I'm experiencing it right now.
Okay.
Has also made it that you have really authenticated my beliefs and my fears, the successes, the downfalls of somebody being in Nairobi. And the most important thing I've come to learn from you is that really just be yourself and don't try to look like somebody who is driving Mercedes-Benz Maybach, but you don't have. But you can, but just have the step forward that will cling it to the next moment. So where can we find you in your social media?
You can get me at TikTok, Caro Kamau, at Instagram, Caroline1848, and I'm also a model. I mentioned that earlier at I&R Models KE. What about you?
Okay, for me, you can find me in LinkedIn, and LinkedIn you will always look for James Odhiambo, data enthusiast, data enthusiast at Graduate School of Media, Aga Khan, where I do data stories. And you can also find me on X space, James_Musa_Akelo.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you too.
Okay.
What do we tell now our viewers?
We tell them to watch, share, and subscribe.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.